Hi all, welcome back to another war video. This is a war against KENOB, so normally a top 3 if not top 1 Masters Alliance. They have been for many seasons. And yeah, we're coming to this war, we're joining a little bit late at night. Myself and the officers in the chat decided on the team of Human Torch, Dr. Doom and Warlock. And for me to do Paths 1 then Path 7 this war. So I just joined late at night just to use a little bit of energy before I went to bed, and then at least I'll be able to clear a little bit more the next day with just one set of boosts. Or at least that's what I thought anyway. So as you can see here, it's a very common placement of Tigra. I've just joined now, like I said, it was a few hours into war, so probably like midnight my time. And then I wait till the next morning to actually start moving. I would have thought more of the map might have been open by this point, but not everyone had been able to move or whatever, so I just decided to just boost up nice and small, just like a normal standard war, I guess. Still a little bit disappointed from the war with ASR and how all that ended. And yeah, just kind of trying to recover from that bit of a blow sort of thing. And yeah, get given 9 fights this war, including 2 mini bosses, which is nice. So start here against this Tigra. I didn't want to use Torch, but they said just be more careful, use Doom in a Power Start 1, just to instantly get rid of the buffs. And so that's what I did, instantly nullified them. As you can see, I'm now using my 6-star rank 3 Doom. I decided after about a year of waiting to try and get him, to just throw my generic into him and all the 6 stones that I had. Yeah, so he's now max rank and Sig 200. Here, I don't know what I was doing. I just wasn't even thinking. Like I said, my attitude's kind of been a little bit weird and different since the ASR war. Pushed Tigra to special 3 without even thinking about it. Yeah, idiot move really. And then it's just here now. I'm just kind of like, well, I'm going to lose health, so the sooner I can end this fight, the better. Just so then I'll be able to actually keep some more health, because the rupture's just ticking me down and down every single tick. Yeah, so very common sight here with any Alliance War or Doom video that you'll see. The special 3, get into it, do your medium, you like, medium, and this time she drops. Otherwise, obviously, you just carry on trying to go in for some Doom recycle. So there you can see, lost about 55% of my health, which is a little bit annoying to just an absolutely idiotic move. It's going to cost me a few potions now to be able to take Doom back up, which is a little bit annoying, but you know, these things happen. As you see here, I'm doing what I tended to do a few times of, Cosmic Ghost Rider is a very easy fight. I don't even need to be above health, but well, this is a season where we're pushing, we're really trying. We got unlucky. We're recovering. We beat Paolo last war, which is nice. If we can do well against KENOB here, then that would be obviously beneficial to us. And yeah, so again, Cosmic Ghost Rider, if you can dodge his special 1 like that, he's not really a tough fight at the best of times. Even with the most difficult nodes, I can't really think of anything that makes him that bad. Going to put him into the Doom cycle here. And as you know, obviously, as I've just been saying, just nice and easy, especially once you can start the cycle going with Doom. You don't really need to worry about it if you've already given them the power and that you need and everything else. Then yeah, most fights, especially with a rank 3 Doom, they tend to die pretty quick after the special 3. Going into this next fight here, I'm going to use Human Torch, obviously, because it's a Mystic champion, and try and remember about the is it Strike Counter Fury or something that it's called, where after so many hits on the combo, there you go, strike counter fury, yep. It puts a passive fury buff onto them. So this is where if you don't do the proper combos, or you don't have someone that naturally gains power to throw specials more commonly, then you can sometimes end up giving people quite a lot of fury, and that's when you get into trouble. So with the power of some editing here, I'm just going to skip the part where I was umming and ahhing as to whether will this set of boosts be enough, should I really boost a little bit more. And Sorcerer Supreme's not a bad fight in any way. The only time I imagine it's really ever going to get bad is if she gets to a special free, because that special free hurts. She has a very, very high energy damage output, and yeah, if that special free hits you, it's a bit like being hit by a Hyperion special free. So there, I've already messed up. I gave them 2 Furies. Ideally, if I can, I'm going to keep making sure she constantly throws off a special 2 without getting hit by a special 3. So here, bait out the first special 2, no worries. Normally I would reply to that, but I was kind of just a bit like, let's just be safe. She instantly throws a special 1 here. I can dex it, but with 2 Furies, I kind of just thought I'd rather just take it to the block. It might be a potion or 2, but makes more sense than getting hit for like a 10k part of a special 1 or something, just with the Furies and the way they were. So here, just trying to play around it with your medium, lights, and your heavy attacks, just so you can try and keep a bar of power. And here we go again, just block the special 1. As you can see there, the special 1 did, I think it was like an extra 100 damage from the 1 extra Fury per hit onto my block. So even if it is just that, that's a little bit more each and every time they just get one of these passive Furies, and it shows you just how quickly they actually add up. Going into section 2 here, this is the start of basically the rest of the 6 fights that I have. It's a very common fight for me to deal with here, which is Sasquatch. I haven't really had it much this season, but a couple of seasons ago when I was in GT40, pretty much every single war I was guaranteed this fight in Path 7. Just because of the domino that was on it, and lo and behold, one of our friends in KENOB placed domino on Path 7 again. So, this fight, again, with 15 seconds in, yes, I'm really big boosted. I don't think I've ever been this boosted before for an Alliance war. Even against ASR, I don't think I quite put on the full attack and health boost that I have now. Just because, again, we're trying to recover from that annoying loss that probably shouldn't have happened, but did. So yeah, there you go, Sasquatch down, nice and easy. A very, very easy fight, especially with rank 3 Human Torch right now. But I imagine that's going to get a little bit harder when rank 4 defenders start to come out, if you don't have a rank 4 Human Torch to match up to the Sasquatches and stuff. Domino on Path 7, done this many a times. It used to be just a pretty much guaranteed special free, at least one every single war. But with them taking away the power from a far node, it doesn't give her the twice power gain like it normally does. She only just gets the standard 1 from Spite, just from Warlock having an armor up. In terms of this, because they left willpower on, it made that whenever I had the weakness buff on them, or an armor break or anything like that, anything that they usually normally get willpower from, that I'd be able to drain some of the power as well as they were gaining it, so it kind of mitigated itself. And it just meant Domino throwing a lot of special 2s. As you can see here, I'm trying to be quite sparing, but at the same time trying to be quite good with the boost consumptions that I'm doing. I don't really want to use an excessive amount of boost, but again, things happen, and sometimes fights take a little bit longer than what you might hope. And at this point we were winning by 1 death, so we had the agreement. We were losing quite heavily on time already, so we just had the agreement between ourselves within the Alliance that we were going to play safe rather than fast, just to try and guarantee that we could get the 150 and 1, just because unfortunately a mistake happened and someone died in a different battle group a little bit earlier on. Yeah, so this Dragon Man here with the kinetic transference and aspect of evolution, it's probably a relatively easy fight with Doom, as long as you just don't let them throw off a special free. Try and get them into the Doom cycle as soon as possible, like you do with anyone. Here, don't let Dragon Man hit you into his block, or your block even. I know that it might be quite easy to sometimes, but it's probably easiest if you don't. And as you can see there, I stole the power from and the buff from Dragon Man. But the interesting interaction with Doom and Dragon Man is the fact that the power gain that Dragon Man gets, that when the Duke Doom would normally steal it, would gain it by himself, is classed as a power charge on Dragon Man. So you don't actually steal that for yourself and get to use it in any way. So here we go. I messed up the Doom combo there slightly. I'm not quite sure how, but either way, we'll get this fight pretty under control pretty quick. You can see here we're already back up to a special free again, so just throw another one. There's nothing dangerous about this fight. I had the invulnerability on from the Sasquatch and the Domino, I think still just, and it probably expired mid-fight this fight. And here, again, just put them into the cycle. Do it properly this time, like I should. And just wait for Dragon Man to approach me here. And just a couple of hits, bang, done. So another full attack bonus. It's what we like to see. And next fight's going to be this Nick Fury. So again, with the power of some editing here, just waiting for this Man-Thing mini-boss to die. That must be a much longer and much more painful fight than what it used to be now that True Focus is about, because everybody just used to quake it, and it was much quicker. Now I imagine Black Widow, Clairvoyant, maybe a Red Hulk, or possibly a Warlock's probably the best options for it nowadays. Here we use another invulnerability boost, so this is the second invulnerability boost, and I've used one Power Start 1 boost this war. So here we just got to be a little bit more careful. There's not really too much, as long as he doesn't go unblockable in the second phase and do a lot of damage. Ideally, keep pushing into the special 2 and let him throw that off. Obviously, again, watch the charges, because Nick Fury and his tactical charges can be a bit of a nightmare. So I'm just trying to bait the special 2 here. And as you can see, all this time, it's just taking a little bit of time. He just doesn't want to be that keen, and there we go. So backing away there, just thinking about the charges again. So this node also has the indestructible when you get to 2 bars of power. So you can't just instantly throw yourself into the Doom cycle, or else you'll do nothing, so you're still going to have to wait a little bit of time anyway. Here I decide to throw the special 2, just to reset the charges a little bit, the tactical charges from Nick, and to give myself a bit of breathing room, take a lot of his health off, because the moment he gets into that second life, that's when we know that the fight realistically should be pretty much over. So here, another special 2. It's not a fight you need to rush this one. You can take your time. Again, if he hits you into the block, he's going to get power. So if you want to make sure he throws a special 2, obviously not this part because it's unblockable, but normally you can just sit there and take a hit into your block and it'll be fine. First life Nick Fury, I know I had the first few that was indestructible, but there's not really ever anything to worry about from this special one. It doesn't really hurt in the first life. It's the second life when he gets the extra huge Fury that it hurts a lot. So here I'm just trying to push him over to the extra life. Didn't really want to get a special 3 if I'm honest. I'd rather have been at the special 2. But if I'd have thrown it then to push him into the second life, I would have lost all the incinerates anyway, so there's been no point. And in the second life of Nick Fury here, he constantly gains 2 tactical charges whenever you hit them. So it's easy to push him over that. I decided here just to throw a special 3. He's got 1 bar of power. This should hopefully give them 2 bars of power, so I can just dex that and then try and finish this fight. It's already taken a couple of minutes and I didn't hope it was going to take this long, so yeah, it's about 2 minutes 30 now. He's got the special 2 there. I do the first hit and decide, oh actually I'll finish him off in this combo and move forward that way. So that's the 4th of the 6 fights done, and just 2 mini bosses left to go now in obviously what's quite a tense and close war. At this point the battle group hadn't died, So again, especially over KENOB, we know that they're one of the best alliances, and we have an ex-alliance mate who's in that alliance on the battle group, who's in there. So it was just a little bit of a, oh, you've 100% planned your defense to try and counter us. We're still going to go and get 50-0. Don't worry about it. And yeah, so we're coming across this bishop. I've done this so many times this season now with Warlock. It's just a slow fight. It's just really, really slow. Everybody seems to put him here. He loves to throw this special one, which then takes up so much more of your time because you're trying to dodge it to stop the incinerates coming onto you. And yeah, it's just one of them ones where I put an invulnerability boost on just in case he ever goes to a special 3. It shouldn't ever happen, but there's always just that off chance, and in a war like this we actually care a little bit too much to not take that risk. And yeah, so just doing these fights here. Again, do your combos, hold your block, try and hold your block as soon as you've done your combo, just so it won't throw it. And yeah, it still throws it there. So that's annoying. It just means that, yeah, as you can see there, that the incinerate was on me. So now it's got to try and keep going again, wait until that steady release is done. If you could get power and you could get to a Warlock special 2 and you could throw that, you probably would end the fight so much quicker. It's just that, yeah, there's no power on this. You can't put incinerates on him because then you'll be feeding their energy, the prowess, and the power they get, so they could actually go to a special 3 quite quickly. And there's no danger. This is the last fight for Warlock, so whether he ends on 1% or 100%, again, it doesn't really matter. So I'm not bothered about taking the chip damage. And yeah, just slowly but surely the degens and stuff from Warlock's signature ability and the willpower infection is just stopping him, and it's taking his health down slowly. Should have replied to that combo but didn't. Again, didn't want to risk it. Here I'm just watching it thinking, this is so much time taken. I should have been able to try and finish this here. And then he's still on 4% after that combo. I was like, come on, here we go. Because Warlock actually has a really low crit chance, but his crit rating is very, very high. Or his crit damage rating. So if you do crit, it hits hard, but it's just not very often that you will. And at this point, the officers told me about doing the mojo and that they prefer it if I took dexterity off. Normally this is what I do if it's just a mojo on the boss and I actually have to do it. I try and get out of it where I can and let the mojo killer prime do it. But they've asked me to do it, so I'll pay the few units tax, I guess. I already had a torch pre-fight applied to it for me. My invulnerability boost ran off because I was changing my masteries. So again, had to use another one of them. So that's 4 of them this war and 1 power start 1. The compensation that Kabam have given out has obviously been helpful to people using Alliance War boosts and potions. In my opinion, the season shouldn't have even been going ahead, or maybe even stopped earlier, but it is what it is. We carry on now. And yeah, so we're coming across this mojo. As you can see, his health's dropping rapid anyway. The common trick, block all the special 1, take it all the hits to the block for some smolders. And then we just keep working his health down. If he wants to throw a special, he can. Again, this stun a champion there just at the moment I actually went to parry, so I gained the power and the anti-life field, but yeah, this fight's already done in 40 seconds. Again, probably no need to throw an invulnerability boost on, but just did it for a little bit of extra confidence. And that's my war done. So as you can see here, I was just saying earlier about I don't think I've ever boosted this big in my life. We finished 50-0 for the battle group, and then we somehow disconnected on our final fight. It's typical, absolutely typical at this point. We're beating them all the way to the end. We literally have the last fight to do, and on the loading screen it just crashes. So we end up losing on the tiebreaker situation of time. Why do I bother?